Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been paying attention to the Steelers this season, you already know that it's been a roller coaster. But after their recent loss to the Seattle Seahawks, one thing is crystal clear: the Steelers have some serious issues to address, and fast. Heyward, the veteran defensive tackle and one of the true leaders on this team, didn't hold back when speaking about what went wrong. No sugarcoating, no soft words, just straight-up honesty about the state of the team after that 31-17 defeat. And let me tell you, Heyward's words carry a lot of weight. This isn't just a player speaking out. It's a veteran who understands the stakes and the importance of fixing things before the season spirals further out of control. Heyward said that the game offered plenty of teach tape, which in NFL terms is a polite way of saying there's a lot of film for the coaching staff and players to analyze and learn from. He pointed out that the defense was caught off guard early on, especially during the first drive, where the Seahawks receivers found way too much open space. And that's never a good sign for a Steelers defense that prides itself on discipline and toughness. Cam specifically mentioned that the routes were wide open, highlighting a breakdown in coverage that shouldn't happen at this level, particularly not from a defense that's supposed to be among the toughest in the league. He didn't shy away from criticizing the team's inability to capitalize on key situations either. In the second half, when the game was still within reach, the Steelers failed to take advantage of third-and-long scenarios and other advantageous situations on defense. These are fundamental moments in the game where execution and focus are supposed to shine. Instead, they let opportunities slip away, and those missed chances pile up, making it harder to stay competitive. Cam's words ring loud and clear: there's a lot of teach tape this week, and not the kind you want to show off to your opponents. It's a reflection of lapses in coverage, poor alignment, and a lack of execution that turned manageable downs into big gains for Seattle. And folks, it's not just the defense. This game exposed significant issues on both sides of the ball. The offense, led by Aaron Rodgers, struggled to find a rhythm. Rodgers finished with 203 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Those turnovers came at the worst moments, killing drives and putting the defense in difficult positions. Short drives and untimely mistakes have become a recurring theme this season, and it's clear that the Steelers' offense needs to find a way to be more consistent if they want to compete at the highest level. Rodgers, a veteran with a reputation for clutch performances, looked out of sync at times, especially against a Seahawks secondary that was aggressive and disciplined. But let's not forget that the game was lost not just because of missed catches or turnovers. Special teams played a role in the defeat as well. A muffed kickoff return turned into a quick Seahawks touchdown, shifting momentum at a critical juncture when the Steelers were trying to stay afloat. Those kinds of mistakes are costly, especially in a league where every possession counts. The Seahawks, led by Sam Darnold, who threw for 295 yards and 2 touchdowns, capitalized on these errors to extend their lead. And Kenneth Walker, who ran for 105 yards and scored a touchdown, was a constant threat on the ground. The Steelers' defense, which has been a strong suit in recent seasons, looked overwhelmed at times, and that's something they need to fix fast. Cam Heyward was very candid about what he saw on film. He highlighted that receivers were getting open way too easily, and that the secondary wasn't able to lock down those routes. He specifically pointed out the team's failure to take advantage of third-down situations, which are critical moments in any game. When you give up big plays on third and long, it's usually a sign of poor coverage, bad communication, or misalignment, and all those things can be corrected with focus and discipline. But if they aren't, then the same mistakes will keep haunting the Steelers game after game. And this isn't just a defensive issue. The struggles on offense, the special teams misplays, and the defensive lapses all feed into a bigger picture, a team that needs to tighten up its fundamentals. Mike Tomlin, as always, will be the first to rally his players and get them back on track. But after a performance like this, it's clear that the coaching staff has a lot of work ahead. They'll be reviewing countless hours of film, pointing out every mistake, and emphasizing the importance of better communication, better tackling, and better situational awareness. The players, especially the veterans like Heyward, will have to lead by example and ensure that these errors don't become a pattern. As Steelers fans, we've seen this team bounce back from adversity before. Remember last season, how they faced tough stretches, yet with resilience and grit managed to make a playoff push. That's the mindset they'll need now. Because if they let this loss define them, then the same mistakes will keep repeating and the division rivals will gain confidence. But if they learn from it, if they use the teach tape as a lesson, then they can turn this around. The AFC North is brutal this year, with all 4 teams capable of winning on any given Sunday. The Ravens, the Bengals, the Browns, all of them are fighting hard and making headlines. But the Steelers have the talent and the experience to compete. They just need to put the pieces together fast. The key now is how they respond in the coming weeks. This game against Seattle was a wake-up call that no team can afford to ignore. It's about discipline, focus, and execution. The kind of stuff that separates good teams from great ones. Cam Heyward's honesty shows that he's committed to fixing what's broken. He's not about hiding mistakes or making excuses. Instead, he's pushing his teammates to hold each other accountable and elevate their game. That's leadership right there. And it's exactly what this team needs right now. Because if they can turn this teach tape into a blueprint for improvement, then the Steelers can still have a successful season ahead. Looking ahead, there's plenty of work to be done. The coaching staff will be emphasizing fundamentals in practice, focusing on communication and discipline. The players will need to step up, especially in crucial moments, and make sure they're not giving up easy completions or missing tackles. This team has the talent and the experience, but talent alone doesn't win games. Execution, mindset, and unity do. And that's what they need to bring back in the next game and beyond. So Steelers fans, it's a pivotal moment. We've seen flashes of brilliance and moments of struggle, but the true test is how they respond to setbacks like this. The AFC North is unforgiving, and every game counts. But I genuinely believe in this team's resilience. With leaders like Cam Heyward pushing everyone to get better and the coaching staff refining their strategies, there's still hope. Hope that this team can learn from their mistakes, fix their weaknesses, and continue the pursuit of another Super Bowl appearance. Because at the end of the day, the passion, the grit, and the fight are all still there. It's about how they channel that in the coming weeks. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. Do you believe they can turn things around? What adjustments do you think are most critical? Let's keep the conversation going. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. We're in this together, and I know that with the right mindset and effort, this team can bounce back stronger than ever. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, stay passionate, stay loyal, and go Steelers.